Hello. I think that's better. That was on me. That's my fault. That was on me. That was my fault. I'm John. I have stuff. Where are my other sunglasses? It doesn't matter. Welcome to the Sulk stream. I'm the Incredible Sulk. This is called Chevy Chase, the most horrible celebrity on earth. Should be interesting. There we go.
Very little.
But in September 2002, a different picture emerged of Chevy.
I am appalled at some of the things that I have heard said about this man. And I mean backstage, some really hideous, hurtful, hate-filled things you could never take back.
The roast of Chevy Chase is not like other roasts. Instead of good-natured
Mean? It's mean? Are they mean to him? You guys roast me. That's not very nice. I'm not part of the joke. I'm not in on the joke. I'm not in on the joke with you guys. All right? You guys are just mean to me for your own enjoyment. All right?
teasing, it's just revenge for the way Chevy treated others.
You're out of control, you're in denial, no one wants you to work anymore but you. It's selfish. You're hurting yourself, the people around you.
Of the fact he's wearing sunglasses, Chevy later said, "Thank God I was. My eyes were tearing." But the roasters were harsh for a reason. Chevy verbally abused producers.
I'm not going to say to you except you can my is that clear?
Jokingly flattered a female colleague by telling her what he wanted to do with her dead body, and
I want to know what he wanted to do with her dead body, and how was he going to make it dead? But that was probably not like the main point, right? He's all like, if you were dead and probably still warm, then he would have done stuff to her.
even slapped fans.
He was just like my comedy hero. So I went up to him and I said, "Chevy, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Rob Hubel." And he slapped me across the face, like really hard. So hard that I saw red.
Chevy treated me like dirt is a common thread in every story you're about.
He sounds like a cool guy so far. That sounds like a guy I would hang out with. I would have slapped that bitch too, right? I don't get, like, he probably was the nicest, very kind about it. Walks up and he's all like, "Yo, I'm just a huge fan, and I think you're really great." And he's just like, 5 across the eyes. 5 right across the fucking eyes, right there. That's what you deserve. That's what you get.
About to see.
If I was there with Chevy Chase, and like we're doing bumps or something, I'd be like, and that would be it. It wouldn't be an over the top kind of reaction. It would just be like, that's funny.
So much that in the end, the industry he helped build will abandon him entirely.
We are having so much fun.
And we wanted you, as you know, or maybe you didn't know, to be in the movie, but we
Didn't have his new number.
didn't have his new number.
Before his downfall, however, Chevy is the toast of the town.
I want my old glasses back. I don't know where they are. They've vanished.
From New York, it's Saturday night.
It's October 11, 1975, and Chevy is in his first episode of SNL. This is also the first episode of SNL, at the time called NBC.
The very first episode of SNL? I bet it sucked back then too. Was SNL ever good? I think I remember seeing a few episodes back in the day, but was Saturday Night Live any good ever? Ever? Was it ever any good? I don't think so. I don't think that's the case.
Is Saturday night, and Chevy, who's 32, runs the fall of the week.
No problem.
He also invents the Weekend Update segment.
This afternoon, Evel Knievel successfully jumped his Harley-Davidson motorcycle over 14 Greyhound buses. Evel will attempt to jump a Greyhound
The other guy did it better. What was the other guy's name? Norm Macdonald? He did it way better.
bus over Fred McMurray and his entire family next week.
And in his first year, wins 2 Emmys.
And the winner is
With such confidence that he waits on stage for his name to be read.
Chevy Chase.
NBC Saturday Night.
After this, 3 of Chevy's next 4 films, Tunnel Vision, Foul Play, and Caddyshack,
I'm no slouch myself.
Don't sell yourself short, Judge. You're a tremendous slouch.
earned a combined $100 million against $11 million in budgets. And Chevy becomes the first SNL star to crack mainstream celebrity. New York Magazine even suggests that Chevy could replace Johnny Carson. And while Carson responds that Chevy couldn't ad-lib a fart after a baked bean dinner, public opinion is that he's the funniest man in America.
Hello.
But Chevy is developing a problem. As he says
Coke.
in his authorized biography,
Is it Coke? Is it a Coke problem?
I'm Chevy Chase and you're not, which I'll use as a key source. I was coked up, drinking, living the high life from being so popular. After receiving the Emmy Award you just
Why am I not Chevy Chase? Why can't I do these things?
saw, I gave my speech, came off stage out of view of the camera, and Red Fox shoved a spoonful of cocaine up my nose.
That's
It
Red
was a
Fox.
common way of
Red Fox had a solid gold heroin spoon that he kept around his neck. Red Fox was a problem. He was a problem, and he died because of it.
expressing joy or feeling it, part and parcel of the way we lived at the time. I was in control, never out of control. But given the first-hand accounts coming up, this is going to become a questionable statement. But first, I want to thank Plord for sponsoring this video. If you're anything like me, your week is a blur of information. Who, even in his early days, is impulsive. Chevy is born a 14th generation New Yorker and spends childhood summers at his maternal family estate.
Damn, that's a nice house. An estate.
Castle Hill. This is the same estate that will later be shot in The Witches of Eastwick.
That house is a landmark building.
And Chevy's heritage is something he's embarrassed about.
I was born from Cornelius Crane Chase.
Oh, that's right. We have talked about this before.
Well, good, then let's just drop it.
Chevy's mother named him after her adoptive father, Cornelius Vanderbilt Crane, in the hopes that he would leave his fortune to she or Chevy. But this doesn't even...
Is he a Crane or a Vanderbilt?
Eventuate.
My mother's adoptive father was a guy named Cornelius.
Is he a Vanderbilt? Or is that just his middle name, Vanderbilt? Because if he's a Vanderbilt, he's related to Anderson Cooper. They could be cousins or something like that, which I would totally believe. And Kathy Griffin, too, because Kathy Griffin is Anderson Cooper's brother. I didn't make a mistake there. Kathy Griffin was actually a male, formerly Anderson Cooper's brother. They faked his death, turned him into his chick, and now she's Kathy Griffin. They look vaguely similar. And Kathy Griffin is insane. I guess that doesn't have anything to do with it, but there's like the CIA involved where they took Kathy Griffin and they made him into a chick. I forgot his name before, but it wasn't Kathy. He wasn't born Kathy. He's born some guy's name. And then they faked his death. And then they sent him off to the CIA where they cut his dick off and put him all kind of like tit growing drugs and then made him annoying with some weird Clockwork Orange programming. And now we have Kathy Griffin. Look it up. It's a legitimate conspiracy theory. Look it up.
Crane, who was the head of the toilet company, basically, the valves at Crane Plumbing.
Right.
And he disowned her in his will. She got nothing. And that's that.
Still, Chevy will later describe himself as upper middle class and use the inheritance
Upper middle class, huh?
he does get to buy himself.
That was upper middle class. You grew up in a castle. That's boomers for you. That's upper middle class for boomers, right? They live in a fucking castle. That's upper middle class, right? Now you're middle class if you can afford a car. If you can live in your car, then you're middle class.
A Rolls Royce. Despite some good luck, however, Chevy's childhood is far from ideal. He remembers being awakened in the middle of the night and slapped continually and hard.
Deserved. I bet he deserved it. I bet he had a boner the entire time.
Across the face by
I bet he had just a little boner.
his mother, who also had a habit of sending the children outside to select branches of a tree with which they would be hit for their infraction.
That just seems kind of normal. Go out and pick a switch so I can beat you with it? That doesn't sound... That's not that weird. I feel like a lot of people... Not me, but like a lot of people... I feel like that's a Southern thing, right? Go out and pick a switch. And I'm gonna beat the tar off of you. I'm gonna beat the black out of you, right? You're gonna turn into a white kid with good grades. That's how hard I'm going to beat you. I'm gonna beat the criminal record off of you. If you were a black guy.
At 14, when Chevy pulls a knife on another kid, he's suspended from the Riverdale Country School. And this time, his
I'm gonna beat IQ points into you.
mother locks him in the cellar. I was given a mattress and a pitcher to pee in, a desk and a small
Did you drink out of that pitcher?
lamp. There were 2 little windows 1.5 feet in height with bars on them. It takes Chevy being expelled from school for him to finally escape his family. He's transferred to the Stockbridge School in Massachusetts, and there he excels. He becomes valedictorian, ends up at Bard College in New York, and plays piano, drums, and keyboard in a band called Chameleon Church. Given his passion for performing, Chevy chooses not to attend medical school. However, this makes him eligible for the Vietnam draft. So, to avoid being drafted, Chevy cites home.
One might say Kathy Griffin is the man. That's the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. Kathy Griffin is a guy. Kathy Griffin is a man. Kathy Griffin. Here, let's see if I can look it up. Let's see if I can look it up. Kathy Griffin, Anderson Cooper's brother, something like that. We're gonna look this up. We're gonna have a team go at it. Yeah, because Gloria Vanderbilt of the Vanderbilt fortune. The Vanderbilts built like all the railroads in the country, right? And Gloria Vanderbilt, the heiress, is Anderson Cooper's mom, right? Like Anderson Cooper didn't get the job at CNN because he was like dashingly good looking and he could read from a teleprompter really well. He was actually a former CIA, but before that, he got into the CIA because he came from this very powerful family. And there's all kinds of backstory that go on like this. But I want to see conspiracy that Kathy Griffin is yeah, I think this is supposed to be Kathy Griffin when she was a guy. I don't know. Yeah, because they're very close. They're very close. Kathy Griffin hangs out with Gloria Vanderbilt a lot, like all the time. And you'd be like, how could you possibly hang out with Kathy? Why would you hang out with Kathy Griffin on purpose? Like, if you were in, like, some sort of, like, if you were at the DMV and she happened to be there, like, screeching and wailing and shit like that, then you'd be like, well, I'm here. I don't want to be here. So why not add Kathy Griffin to this mix, this party, right? You're in the dentist waiting room or something. But, like, to invite her to your house, what in your godforsaken, broken-ass mind decided that would be a good idea? I wouldn't want Kathy Griffin in my house if she paid me to be here. If she was at my door and she's like, John, Sulk, I got this check. You know I'm a millionaire for some god-awful reason because there's no way I'm funny. She's impossible to look at and listen to. If she gave me that check, I'd be like, I politely decline. I decline. I don't want your terrible witch energy to enter my home. Please and thank you. Get off my property. And I would give her the count of 3 before I shot her in the back as she ran away. just for the good of humanity. They might like get me on manslaughter or murder or whatever, but like if I could erase Kathy Griffin's existence from this planet, I would have done my good deed for this lifetime. I would have done her and Andy Dick. If I could get her and Andy Dick in a car and get it rolling down a hill at a good clip, and then I could duck out of that car and start rolling, right? Tuck and roll. As that car goes off a ravine into a quarry filled with water, I would call it a W. For my life. For my lifetime, I'd call that a dub, right? I don't think I could ever, what do you think? What do you think? Can I top that? Would that just be hero status Sulk from then on? That's hero work, right? Imagine Andy Dick and Kathy Griffin cackling as they go over. They don't even know. They don't know where they are. They're both coked to the hill. They don't know what's going on. I'm just rolling out of the car, right? Covering my face. I have headphones on then too, because I couldn't stand it, and they're blaring. It is blaring because I don't want to hear either of their gay ass voices. If I just left them together in the car long enough, they would both OD. They'd probably both OD. Let's see. I need like a video on why they hang out. Can somebody find that for me? Can somebody do that? Can somebody do me that kindness?
Homosexual tendencies. And
there we go. Just fucking clip that shit. Fucking clip that shit right there. It's just right there. That's perfect.
Before his physical stays up for 2 nights in a row and makes needle marks on his arm. And it works. Chevy is designated for F, meaning not qualified.
So before you couldn't go into the army if you were gay or were into drugs. But now, that shit's cool. It don't matter. You do drugs? You have sex with guys? Get on in here, you big lug. Get on in here. We're going to give you an M4 and then teach you some weird language. Get on in here.
Qualified for any military service, so he's free to move as he pleases.
I had an agent here in New York named Lou Weiss, and he suggested go out to Los
Jewish.
Angeles to see what's going on there as a writer.
In LA, Chevy writes episodes for the Smothers Brothers show.
Do you ever look at the crowds in old movies?
What is this guy named? Carlin? Carlin's not that funny. Carlin's not funny. Carlin's not funny at all. Have you ever seen Carlin? Have you ever seen Carlin? He's silly. He's not funny. I wouldn't consider him a funny man. I would consider him a goofy man, right? He doesn't... I mean, he's angry about certain things, but so am I. Maybe neither of us are funny, but I don't... This was Boomer funny. Was this Boomer funny? Was George Carlin Boomer funny? In what context is George Carlin funny? I want to just think like I'm from a different generation. I'm way out of touch with their sense of humor and their comedy. But really, even if that's the case, I've seen some of his stand-up. And I'm all like, this is lighting it on fire back then? This was the shit? This was the shit back in the 70s and 80s? That shit. Huh? Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. No, I don't get it. It's like fucking 6'7" today. But now I get 6'7". Now I understand. But George Carlin, I still don't fucking understand. Right, we get it, dude. Like, he also got super political in his later days and shit like that. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, George Carlin. Talking about a car or something like that? I don't know.
Movies and wonder if they're dead yet.
It's a young comic magician called Steve Martin.
He was a magician.
And in 1973 joins the National Lampoon Group. Chevy performs in its radio hour and also its Lemmings stage show, where he first works with John Belushi.
Get off on that coke? Coke was no good. What are you talking about, John? That was high-grade Bolivian shit. I buffed that shit myself, John. So my nose got off, maybe. That was it. What about the acid? You get off on the acid? What acid? You son of a bitch. What acid? What do you mean, what acid, John? What acid? The LSD-25, man. I mean the LSD-0.
Ironically, while working on the show,
Boo. 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 Boo.
Chevy and Belushi have real-life drug disputes.
Boo.
Back then, the big drug was cocaine. I had a little jar of cocaine.
That's what it was. Everyone was just coked to the gills. That's what it was. Everyone back there was just absolutely coked to the gills. That they did coke, they did acid. It sounds a lot cooler than it probably was, dude. They fucked each other silly. And then they're all like, yeah, we're changing stuff. Yeah. No, fucking boomers, you're lazy and you're entitled and you fucking extracted everything from the system so you could be comfy. And then you did coke and booze and fuck strippers. I mean, it sounds cool, but like as I grow older, as I grow into a full-fledged adult, not there yet, I'm like, this is gay. That's some gay ass shit, Chevy. He probably was gay. He was probably ramming drugs in his arm and he was fucking dudes. I guarantee it. I guarantee you.
Had it on the piano, so I'm just playing the piano. The crowd isn't in yet, and it's just sitting. And after I played just a little bit, it's gone. So I immediately said, Belush, did you take my Coke? No. No. What are you talking about? What Coke? What? So about a month later, I'm invited to dinner, John and Judy's, and I see
Then
my
AIDS
little
happened.
vial there empty.
Coke has happened. Coke's expensive, then AIDS happened. Yeah. Coke's still expensive. It's still very expensive. I think. I don't know. I don't know. No one does Coke anymore. Do people do Coke? Or is it just retro? People smoke weed now. People smoke weed openly. It's not even a drug anymore. Weed is not a drug. It is a coping mechanism for the garbage society we live in, right? You sit on your computer and you smoke weed and then you stay alone all day, every day. That's what you do. You don't go out to bars. You don't try to hit on chicks. You're not out there chasing skirt, drinking beers and stuff like that. Fucking having a good driving drunk and shit like that. Being, fun. You're fucking sitting, smoking pot and playing World of Warcraft. I'm not saying that's worse, but these guys were doing, and these guys are not cooler, right? These guys were actually doing coke and like fucking each other and getting drunk and shit like that. I'm just so dissatisfied. I'm just disappointed with everybody. That's what the problem is. I'm disappointed with everybody. Everyone should be ashamed of themselves. We should be burning the shit down that these people fucked up.
And washed. Just sitting on a shelf there by the books.
The heavier use of cocaine, however, began during the late nights of working on Saturday Night Live, and Chevy having enough money to be able to afford it. On SNL,
I began as a writer, and I was always a writer, and I thought I'd always be a writer.
But before season 1 airs, Chevy is given a screen test.
Well, that's the news this Wednesday. Good night, and have a pleasant tomorrow.
Are you proud of your team?
When we got to New York and really set the show up, somebody had to take a fall.
Chevy is picked for the job.
Somebody had to say, honestly.
Falling down was funny for them. Falling down. That was the height of comedy. The absolute height of comedy was falling down. It's like when you see old British comedy and then they parade out a man in a dress and then everyone fucking dies, shits themselves laughing. Oh my God. Oh, you fell down. Well, now you're actually falling down because you're all uncoordinated and you're old. And then you break something. You break a hip. Good. Good. I hope you shatter that hip. And they have to replace it with some titanium bullshit. It still hurts. It works fine, but it hurts. I hope that for you. I hope you have a long life of hip pain. It is a long, drawn-out experience where you have hip pain, but you have plenty of memories of doing blow and banging hot chicks, 80s hot chicks, which some are okay, some were pretty bad.
New York, it's Saturday night.
Shimo says that's hilarious. Falling down is hilarious. I don't know. I don't understand comedy. I will never understand comedy. I choose not to. It bothers me. It bothers me. I don't want to be a part of it.
Grows with characters like the land shark.
Plumber,
Chris Farley breaking a table, falling down is funny. Okay, that's different. That is different. All right. If you like in Tommy Boy, when he's like doing bong loads and shit, and he's like, "Rrr." You know why that's different? Because Chris Farley was the king of physical comedy. That was his niche. That was his shit, right? Chevy Chase is not doing it right. He couldn't do it. First of all, he's not fat. So the actual, like, the literal gravity of the situation is completely different. Chris Farley, when he hit that table, that shit exploded because he was a fat fuck. And yeah, he did a lot of coke too. He did so much coke it killed him. Again, at like 32 or something like that. Retard. Do less coke. Do fewer coke. How many cokes do you do in a day? He should have done a lot less coke, really. But he was better at it. Chris Farley was just better at it. In terms of physical comedy, Chris Farley was just much better at it. That's all I can say.
I didn't ask for a plumber. Who is it?
Honestly, most comedy is always gay all the time. The 70s were just extra retarded, though. It's because everyone was on drugs. Everyone was on coke. I think everyone was... Here's the thing. Comedy... Let me get deep with you guys. Let me get deep on this shit. Let me go all the way to the balls on this thing. Comedy is derived from a sense of misery. It is deep in the soul, and you have to bring it out from kind of a dark place, you know. And in the 70s, people weren't that bummed out. People were pretty happy. Everyone's doing LSD. Everyone's doing some nose booger candy, whatever. Everyone was having a good fucking time. So when they did like stoner fucking party comedy. That's the kind of comedy where it's not like funny in a sense where it's like interesting and you think about it. It's like, no, you're all high as fuck. And your buddy just got stoned and like tripped and he like hurt himself kind of badly. And then everybody at the party laughed. I have been to those parties. I've been to those parties and I was like, that's some funny fucking shit right there. Do it again, Bob. Bobby, do it again. And he's like, oh, I'm okay. I'm okay. And his blood coming down his face and shit like that. And everyone's like, yes, you're the man. That is not comedy. That's just a funny situation. That's a funny story, right? Because you can imagine yourself in the future telling that. Be like, whoa, Bobby was fucked up, dude. Like, we thought he was going to die. He didn't. He pulled through and shit like that. He's got a little bit of a slur now, but he's pulled through. That's not really comedy. I wouldn't consider that comedy. Funny, yes, but those are different things, sir. Those are different things. What they're doing here is stoner party comedy. That's what that is. The entire 70s. The entire 70s. And then, George Carlin comes along, and he's going to make you think. The government. There is no God. Shut the fuck up, George.
Shut the dinner fuck up. By knocking on doors.
Oh, telegram, just a moment.
But mostly, it's the Weekend Update that makes him famous.
An overloaded ferry boat capsized late yesterday on the Ramboon River.
Jess says, Jess Weg says, so that's what's wrong with all of us that got born in the 70s? Well, look, Jess, I'm sure you know this. I'm sure you do. Your mom did drop acid once or twice when you were swimming around in her crotch belly. She may have had a couple of drinks. She may have smoked a cigarette or two. Maybe a funny cigarette. It was a different time. It was a different time. And look, you came out and you were real chill. Like, maybe too chill. Like, you should have had, like, sharper reflexes. But it was a different time, you know. It's just, this baby is just a little bit floppier than most. It's cute.
In northeast Pakistan, officials at the scene now estimate that as many as 500 ferries may have drowned.
And all of a sudden, Chevy did the Weekend Update. They said, whatever the reason, you charmed the American public.
I don't like that guy either. I don't like that fucking Howard Stern guy. Howard Stern? I don't fucking know his name.
Yeah. You got all
for
the
whatever
articles.
reason.
You became the face of Saturday Night Live.
And the fame is having an effect on him.
I like it.
In the words of Lorne Michaels, cocaine was God's way of telling you that you had too much money. And SNL stars aren't short of money. To prepare for read-through.
No, and money went a long way. Back then, I don't know how much cocaine was back then, but I bet you spent like $50 and you got a big fucking, like a big bag of cocaine. Like a big ass bag, like a big fucking, like a sandwich bag, like a big honking bag of cocaine, right? You threw it on the table and then everybody would just be zooted for days. I don't know if that's the case, but I feel like it would be the case.
Of the show every Wednesday, Chevy and the other writers take cocaine on Tuesday night to fuel their work. And then Friday night was...
Let's do cocaine and write comedy. That's why it sucked. That's why it constantly sucked.
A heavy drug night.
I fucking hate cokeheads. I really do. I fucking hate cokeheads. I don't like them. They're too intense. They get angry quickly. I don't like cokeheads.
SNL, staying up late and working on the scripts for the Weekend Update. It, meaning coke, was everywhere, with some of them taking cocaine and then painkillers to balance out the high. On
rock
reflection,
and roll.
Chevy will share that you want to be high because you're depressed and frightened of pain or whatever it is. Want to be out of that world of fear and in the world of fantasy, but you are killing yourself. At the time, however, when asked about the amount of coke done on the show, Chevy jokingly deflects.
I don't go to many parties. I don't think that is that prevalent out there. It's darn hard to get it.
Chevy is obviously charming to the public, but by the end of season 1, within SNL, he makes enemies.
The coke has taken over. That's his new love.
Found out that John had been quite jealous about my rise to fame.
I must say that they're right. There was some animosity, but it was only Belushi. And I believe if you ask him about it, you'll hear. He's learning to eat with his.
That's pretty good, actually. That was a pretty good Belushi. It's pretty good Belushi.
mouth now, though. So.
According to Belushi, on the other hand, he isn't jealous, but resents Chevy keeping the best material for himself. I go where I'm kicked, Belushi says. They throw me bones dogs wouldn't chew on. Following the disputes, Chevy quits SNL before finishing season 2. However, when he returns to host 2 years later, the tensions rise again.
I haven't changed a thing, and I'm glad to be back to host Saturday Night with my good friends Billy Joel and, of course, the not ready for Ride Lie, and I'm Kai-Fi.
According to Chevy's biography, in the time he'd been gone, John Belushi had set the stage by bad-mouthing him during the intervening year, making up stories about his arrogance.
John had said things to Bill.
Dog says, no Coke for me. No Coke for me, thanks. Hey, thanks, no Coke. Oh, I'm good on Coke. I've had too much Coke. If Cokeheads were like that, we're like, oh, no, I couldn't. I've had way too much Coke. Thank you. Never heard a Cokehead say that. Oh, no, I'm full on Coke. It would be different. It would be a different story, right? But they just get more charged up. And they're like, I'll fight you. Be like, okay, all right, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to fucking deal with that.
About me when I'd been on the show that simply hadn't occurred or existed. Everybody knew that.
Regardless of how true this is, when Chevy returns, Bill Murray takes a...
An 8-ball in the 90s was like $125. How much is an 8-ball? How much is it? What is that, like an eighth of an ounce? How much is an 8-ball? $125. Is that a good deal? I don't know.
Liking to him.
I think that Billy probably wanted to knock me down a couple of rungs, you know? And I think he wanted to take me on. And basically, words were said just before the show.
Oh,
when I was supposed to go in the makeup room.
Allegedly, those words from Bill Murray were, "Go f your wife, she needs it." A reference to Jacqueline Carlin, who had recently...
And she was ugly, dude. See, this is what they had to deal with. This is what I would do Coke too. I'd be like, this is hot these days? This is pretty? Fuck me, dude. Fuck this noise. This sucks. It sucks here.
Initiated divorce proceedings.
It sucks here in the 70s and or 80s. All the chicks are kind of fucking weird looking. The Coke is fire. The Coke is hot fire. The weed ain't bad too. They make weed too strong these days. Weed is too strong. Weed is far too strong. It's not chill anymore. What happened to chill drugs? I just stick to booze. I'm gonna stick to booze.
Things against Chevy, allegedly citing threats of violence from her husband.
4 grams in an 8-ball? That seems light. That doesn't seem like a lot of Coke. Like, how much Coke do you do when you take a rail, a line? How much Coke is that? Is an 8-ball enough? What am I saying? Of course it's not enough. It's never enough. It's never enough Coke. It's never enough Coke. But is it like an adequate amount of Coke? 3.5 grams. Yeah, is that enough Coke? I don't know if that's enough Coke.
In Chevy's retelling,
I finally said, if you say something like that again, I'm going to, whatever. Billy jumped up from this couch and charged me at the door. And I was ready to level him, and he was probably ready to scratch me up. And John puts his hands on the door to block it off, and I might have thrown a glancing punch off to his forehead.
Wow.
And Billy, I think, might have hit him in the back of the head.
But from the perspective of musical guest Billy Joel,
Chevy was kind of being overbearing, and everybody was pissed off at Chevy. And Jane Curtin's walking around, God damn it, fuck him. And somebody said something, and then Bill Murray goes to punch him.
Regardless of who started it, Chevy moves on from SNL again. Surprisingly, he'll be invited back to host 7 more times until he's permanently banned in 1997. But
what'd you do in 1997?
For now, he transitions to movie.
What did you do in 1997, you son of a bitch?
That's right, honey. You've attacked an innocent dwarf.
After Foul Play and Caddyshack, Chevy is successful enough to turn down roles he doesn't want, like
Forrest Gump, passed on it. Blues Brothers, passed.
You passed on Forrest Gump, why? I don't think you could have done Forrest Gump as well as Tom Hanks did. But, like, what were you going to be? Were you going to be Bubba? Shrimp gumbo, shrimp marmalade, shrimp, something like that. Because you're not gonna be the fucking the gump. You're not gonna be the gumpster. You'd be a gumpster fire. That's what you would be. I'm sticking to that one. Jess Wegg says, I had 2 or 3 sugar booger years in college. It was just always around, I don't know, you kind of just did a line like you were taking a Tic Tac. Coke is weird. Huh. So it's just like, hey, you want a line of Coke? And then everyone would be like, sure. Is it like that where you're like, okay. Well, gobble, gobble. Is that what it's up? Is that how you do it? Fun.
He also passes on Animal House starring John Belushi. What? Animal House is more financially successful than Chevy's films, and Chevy later makes a somewhat distasteful joke, noting that had he accepted Animal House,
I could have made the kind of money that killed Belushi.
In Chevy's early movies, you'll notice he generally plays the same character.
No, Judge.
Well, he's just charming. He's Chevy Chase. He's shoveled. What is Chevy short for? Chevron Chase? I don't know. Chevrolet Chase?
My dad never liked you.
You know, Glenn, there was a time when you had a pretty good sense of humor.
I remember it. It's the day I married you.
These little honeys won't kill you, but they're guaranteed to take a foot off.
And as Quentin Tarantino observes,
Chevy Chase is the same supercilious asshole at the end of the movie that he is at the beginning.
It's Soulfinger.
Okay, but Quentin Tarantino is a psychopath. Can we all agree with that one? I'm sure what he's saying is absolutely true, but Quentin Tarantino is not the, he's not the best source. He's not the guy you would go to and be like, this is probably a measured opinion. He's like, hey, Selma Hayek, get up on that stage and I'm going to drink a shot off your foot. I cast myself in this role. For obvious reasons. I can't blame the man. I honestly can't. But he is a dangerous psychopath and probably a pedophile pervert. I don't know if he's a pedophile. It just kind of seems like he would be, but I don't want to make assumptions. I mean, he is in Hollywood and he's very powerful. That would lead me to some assumptions right there. But, I'm not going to go ahead and make these assumptions, which I know are almost certainly true, about Quentin Tarantino.
By the Barquets.
They must be having trouble getting gigs.
He's always a bit of a dick and is always completely sarcastic. He never apologizes for who he is, stays that way throughout the whole film. He never changes in his stuff.
And these character traits increasingly reflect Chevy.
How about we say you have AIDS and we weigh you every week? Okay.
In September 1980, Chevy is asked about comparisons made between he and Cary Grant. Cary Grant is brilliant, elegant, and athletic, Chevy says. Can deliver lines with great humor, but also...
And I understand he was a homo. One of the stupidest things I've ever said. But...
While obviously a joke, Cary Grant doesn't see it that way.
Was he a homo? I don't know. I don't know anything about Cary Grant. That strapping young man? He don't look like a homo to me. It looks like he's... Doesn't look like a homo to me. There's gay face. Everybody knows what gay face is. Everybody knows what a gay face is. You see a gay face, you're like, that's a gay man right there. There's no reason. He might have a wife. He might have a beard and stuff like that. But everybody knows what a gay face is. That's why Knobs Dog won't show us his face. He's not even here. He probably got sick of me banning him yesterday. Well, too bad. Go fuck yourself, gay face.
He successfully sues Chevy for $150,000. And Grant's...
Whoa, $150,000. That's probably a lot of money to them. He was like, wow, I can buy like 4 houses with that. And that's probably true. Shit, Jesus Christ.
Ex-wife defends him in the most hilarious, unexpected way possible.
Why would I believe that Cary was homosexual when we were busy fucking?
Well, that case is more...
I bet she was fucking nasty, too. Takes in the ass. Loves it. A to mouth. Nasty old bitch. She's somebody's grandma now, right? And she's like, yeah, I used to fucking let Cary Grant go to the nuts on this shit. And they're like, Grandma, please, it's Thanksgiving. Please, just 1 year. Please, Grandma, please. And like, oh my God. Ugh. Ugh. Grandma, stop.
More absurd, other accounts of Chevy's behavior get worse. While preparing to work on National Lampoon's Christmas
Gross
Vacation,
old bitch.
Director Chris Columbus recalls that I went out to dinner with Chevy Chase. To be completely honest, Chevy treated me like
pillow biter face. Yeah, gaydar facial expressions are real. No. Like, well, yes, but like, it's not facial expressions. There is like a structure to the human face that I don't know if it's like an eye ratio to the mouth or something, but there is a certain combination of facial features where even an expressionless face, you will look at a man and you will be like, that is a homosexual right there. That guy does not belong in our town. Chase him out or we will drag you behind a truck. That's... Yeah. It's just something. It's feminine. It's a feminine type of face. I don't know how to describe it, but gay face is absolutely a real phenomenon. And you should look it up and look into it, right? Because it's real. That shit is real. We'll drag your ass behind a truck, homo.
Dirt. Then I had another meeting with Chevy and it was worse. I called John Hughes, who was producing the film, and said, there's no way I can do this movie. I know I need to work, but I can't do it with this guy. And other directors have similar encounters. On The Three Amigos, John Landis gets so worked up he threatens to kill Chevy, to which Chevy reportedly says, with what? There's no helicopter here. A reference to Landis's recent film, The Twilight Zone, in which a helicopter stunt went wrong and killed actor Vic Morrow as...
I'll give Chevy Chase this. That was a good burn. There's no helicopter here. That's a good burn. Ooh, going for the throat, Chevy. Going for the throat. I don't hate Chevy Chase yet. I don't. This entire thing has been like he did a lot of coke and fucked bitches, and then, he didn't apologize for who he was, and he would slap some gay homo, and then he did wicked burns on people, and that made people hate him. I'd be like, you guys hated him? He sounds pretty fucking awesome. He sounds like a cool guy. He sounds like a pretty funny guy.
As well as 2 children. In 1986, Chevy is admitted to rehab. His third wife drives the 2.5 hours to the center. Chevy finishing up the last of his cocaine in the car, realizing this was going to be the end.
I don't have gay face. Shut up, Freeside. You're gay. You have gay face. Send me a picture of your face, and I'll be like, that's a fucking gay right there. I think I have. I don't. Hold on, I think it's on Discord. Hold on. Look up your gay ass face. Gay ass face. Freeside right there. There, see? You can't see it. You can't see this. How do I don't know. You look like fucking Bigfoot, dude. What do you want? Like a big gay Bigfoot. You're like a big foot in your ass.
According to him.
Got him.
The cocaine was easy to give up because I never wanted to be back in a place like that. And by the later 80s, Chevy appears to be better.
And I also want to give special thanks to Shirley MacLaine. I'm not a kook, but I do believe in reincarnation. In fact, I used to be Shirley, and it was awesome.
Chevy hosts the Oscars twice.
So this is kind of like deja vu for me.
Is appointed honorary mayor of the Pacific Palisades in LA and is invited back to
that shit burned down. No more Palisades.
SNL. But as you would have guessed, he continues to make enemies.
Good morning, Mr. D. Here's your morning paper.
This is comedian Terry Sweeney. Terry is gay and recalls a time when
ew.
Chevy turned to me and he said, "Oh, you're the gay guy, right? I've got an idea for a sketch for you. How about we say you have AIDS and we weigh you every week?" Yeah.
Is this making me hate Chevy Chase? Because I am not hating Chevy Chase so far. I'm sorry. I am not hating Chevy Chase. That sounds super funny. Because he probably does have AIDS. I guarantee you that guy died of AIDS. I guarantee you that guy, you're not going to see an interview of him in the 90s because he's dead from AIDS.
He ended up having to apologize and actually come into my office. He was really furious that he had to apologize to me. He was just beside himself and it was just awful. Again, from Chevy's point of view.
None of that's true. I would remember that. My memory is that he's lying. Is my memory.
Terry isn't the
Okay. I love you. I love Chevy Chase. I'm sorry. He sounds like a badass, dude. He sounds like the coolest guy in the world. My memory is that little homo's lying. And he did die of AIDS. So the skit would have been actually pretty topical, right? It would have been pretty topical because he died of AIDS.
Only colleague to express a disdain for Chevy.
Have you seen Chevy's special?
Oh, call him the N-word. Call him the fucking... Do it. Do it. Drop it. Do a hard R.
I don't like Chevy. Okay, we're going to come right back right after this commercial break.
It isn't until 1997, however, that Chevy finally blows it. During a rehearsal, he allegedly slaps Cherie O'Terry hard in the back of the head. When Will Ferrell raises the issue with Lorne Michaels, Chevy is banned from hosting. This time, however, he doesn't have a strong movie career to fall back on.
Yeah, but he's still rich as balls. And not just from... Look, he was not rich from his acting career. He was a millionaire. He was born. He lived in a fucking castle growing up, dude. He's fine. He doesn't give a shit about your movie career. This is why he does coke and slaps people. Because he don't give a fuck. He does not give a hard, juicy, wet fuck, dude. He doesn't care. He's not trying to play politician. He's probably the realest nigga out there. He is probably the realest nigga out there.
The recent films like Nothing But Trouble, Memoirs of an Invisible Man, Cops and Robinsons, and Man of the House, Chevy had tried to revive his career, but these films all failed at the box office, and Chevy had also aggravated their directors.
Chevy Chase. I wanted to quit the business after working with him. Memoirs of an Invisible Man. He was a producer on this thing, and he wanted to be a serious actor. Oh yeah,
never heard of it.
I took it all in. I just internalized it. But that was my worst. Worst.
By the end of the 90s, Chevy has also failed to launch a show of his own.
Let's see Ted Koppel do that. My first guess.
The Chevy Chase show on Fox is cancelled after just 6 weeks on air. But rather than admit that viewers might not be as interested in him as before, Chevy blames his colleagues.
Yeah, Chevy Chase, like, you can't be, I mean, like, I don't know, you can be famous for multiple decades. I mean, Tom Cruise has been famous for decades, right? And he's still out there. Here's the thing about Tom Cruise, though. He's talented. Tom Cruise is actually very talented. And he's probably not such a complete asshole like Chevy Chase is. Not saying Chevy Chase is wrong. Chevy, never change. If you want to be on the Sulk stream, my man, give me a ring. Hit me up. You can find me on the internet somewhere. I'll find you. You must have a Twitter account. I'll find you. I'll be like, Chevy, you want to crack at it again? Hop on the show. We're going to have a little conversation. All right? You can tell me how much of a fat homo John Belushi is. And, what happened to that one guy you called gay? He did die of AIDS, right? You were right on the money on that one, right? And he's going to be like, yeah, I was 100%. He's a liar, too. But he did die of AIDS because, because of the cocks in his ass. And I'll be like, huh, that's fascinating. That is fascinating. Based.
I'm an intelligent, articulate.
Dying from AIDS is based. That's another Sulk quote. All right? Dying from AIDS is based. Based.
Guy, he says, and you can't imagine how stupid the world I inhabited is, and how lacking they are in a Renaissance view of the world and politics and what's going on in Africa, Iraq and Iran, nuclear weapons and delivery systems. The artist must continue.
He's 80 in a wheelchair and on his way out with a bad heart, so he's on his way out. Chevy Chase is? Well, I mean, like, I don't want to say this, but good. Because, like, he is a boomer. And we need less of those everywhere.
To do his or her art. If you don't like that, then you're not an artist. But for Chevy, prioritizing his art over basic human decency is about to send him to rock bottom.
We only roast the ones we love.
It's 2002, and the Friars Club is a 98-year-old network for entertainers. Located in New York, its members feature comedians like Sid
Got like a mustache hair in my mouth.
Caesar,
Probably.
Jerry
Or is it pube? Don't ask from where. Shut up, you're gay.
Lewis, and Johnny Carson. But most notably, the Friars Club invented the format we now call the roast, where the roastee sitting at the front is roasted by others who take turns. Traditionally, the roasters are friends of the roastee, because for Friars, we only roast the ones we love. This, however, is not the case with Chevy.
Would you guys do a roast of me? Can I sit in a chair and you guys roast me? And there's like a thing to honor me. Would you guys be there? Would you guys all show up and have like prepared like little speeches and stuff about how like I'm really a great guy, but that's it. You can just stop there. You can stop right there. You can stop right there. You can stop right there. You just stop at saying I'm a great guy and then sit the fuck down. That's what you should do.
Chase. He is first roasted by the Friars in 1990.
Dan Snot says, we roast you every night. I know, but it's not special. It's just average every night roasting.
This roast, attended by Paul Newman and Robert.
You guys are just fucking mean to me all the time. There's not like a wrap up at the end. Be like, oh, John, we were hard on you, but we actually love you a lot. No, the night ends. John, we hate you and you think you're gay. Finn. Finn, it just fades to black.
De Niro with Dan Aykroyd as Roastmaster is reportedly enjoyable for Chevy. A real roast, respectful and funny. But 2002...
Lots of gay and nipple jokes. Yeah. I mean, have some creativity. There's other aspects about me. I'm not gay. I'm not saying I'm gay. My nipples they're small. That's not my fault though. I didn't choose that lifestyle to have small nipples. I mean, I am also not gay. You're gay.
Who is different. For the second roast of Chevy Chase.
Us, he says. You're mean to us. So, Dan Snot, how's that stream of yours? Is it taking off? Is that stream of yours really taking off, buddy? Because I ain't gonna watch it, and nobody else here is either.
The in-person roasters include...
I'm going to check in, and if I see anybody else in that stream, I'm going to ban them from my chat.
Todd Barry, Richard Belzer, Stephen Colbert,
Forever.
Beverly D'Angelo, Al Franken, Greg Giraldo, Lisa Lampanelli.
And you never give me any money, do you, Dan? You gave me a bell. I do appreciate the bell. I use it a lot. When you guys give me money. So I guess I'm okay.
Lee and Mark Maron. And if you don't know half of them, you're not alone, because Chevy doesn't either.
I don't know Chevy Chase. I have never met Mr. Chase. I'm uncomfortable calling him Chevy.
Reportedly, Chevy would later ask one.
All right, so Dan Snot said he had more views than my show earlier. You mean the one where I just put it on to keep the... Hold on. We're watching Dan's show. Hold on, we're going to watch Dan's show. We're going to watch Dan's show. Monkey Business, it's called. Monkey Business. We're watching some Monkey Business. I'll pop you a like. I'll pop you a like. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Okay. The shirt you are too chicken
Hello,
shit to wear.
faggot lovers.
Okay. This is your starter. This is your starter. Okay, let's see. This is Dan Snot's hot opener. Is this your first episode? Is this your first episode? Here, hold on. Is Monkey Business the show? So this is your 1, 2, 3, 4th episode? Or is like, do these count? Does all this count? What would you consider your first episode? You got to number them, dude. You got to number them or name them something differently. You can't just call them the same thing over and over again. Trust me, you can't do that. Anyways, we'll watch Dan Snot.
Faggot lovers everywhere. I have a message for you from Birdseye. Birdseye faggots will appeal to your whole family. They've made them with lashings of gravy, but they've gone easy on the spice because kids don't like them too spicy, apparently. Birdseye even suggests that people who don't like faggots could enjoy these. They live in hope. You know, that could be right.
Breakfast! I'm hungry! Take it from Carinkles. That's me. The best breakfast under the big top is post-sugar rice Carinkles. So crinkly, so delicious, so different. Each grain of rice in sugar rice Carinkles is carinkled with honey and sugar. It's so good, I crinkle every time I eat it.
What is this? I am subbed to you, stupid. Look, see? I'm already subbed. I can't sub anymore. What the fuck is this, dude?
Yep, no matter what other rice cereal you've ever tried, you'll love post-sugar rice Carinkles best of all.
Arden says, don't worry, man. We'll get the channel popular in no time. Just do the exact opposite of what John does. Yeah. Be watchable. Be entertaining. That's what I do. I'm not telling you that's the opposite of what I do. That's what I do. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And enjoy your clown cereal.
Honey and sugar make it different and wonderful.
No, not be gay. I mean, you shouldn't be gay, but I'm not gay. I told you that. Look at the face. Is it gay?
A circus of fun to eat. So you crinkle on down to the store for
not gay.
post-sugar rice Carinkles.
You're gay.
The greatest cereal treat on earth.
So let's just be super clear on that. Is it just a series of commercials, or like, can I actually watch you do something? Who the fuck is this? She ain't bad at it. Shimo says, great show, Sulk. That's all I need. All I need is Shimo. That's all. I don't know the rest of you. I don't know the rest of you. How do you get me out of this? Am I still in the intro? So the intro is two weird ass commercials. And then this chick is your niece? Who is this? Tell me about your show. Tell me, what is the hook? What is the, what are you going for? Because I'll tell you what my show is. My show is about not being gay. I have to reiterate that on every program. I'm like, welcome to John Sulk Show. I ain't gay. Don't know where you got that idea. Yada, yada, yada. Close. Roll credits. There's no credits. Well, there's a couple. But, yeah, like the important thing is I'm not gay.
And waiting for now, Prince. Me and Taco Jesus now. Everything is fine.
This show is about blowing snot bubbles. You might have a, yeah. Dan Slot just says randomness, huh? Randomness. I understand that that's like, I just don't think you don't work it out for a while. I was doing this show for a while before I even like got the entire structure down. I actually had to message Pessy. And I was all like, so, dude, how do I, like, structure this shit? And he just messaged me back, like, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean? And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And he's like, just do something. I'm like, okay. And I just started doing stuff. And then it's, now I do documentaries and, political commentary. With lashings of comedy, if you want to call it that. I don't, but you might. Lashings. It's so fucking stupid. She's pretty good at the drums. She ain't bad. She's better than I am. What structure, LMFAO? Hey, how about you structure my dick into your ass? Got it. Shut up. There is a structure. There is a format to this program. But also, on the same note, what structure is Daywave? What structure is ROTC? What structure is any of the fucking shows? There is a method, there is a mode of this show. This show is different from other shows. You do recognize that, right? There are other styles of shows. You do understand and recognize that. Please tell me you do, Freeside. Arden Shutter says, LOL, not gay? Question mark? Yes. Yes, precisely. This bitch just going to town, okay? All right. Good for her. She's pretty good. I'll give it up for her. She does that ain't bad for, what is she, 13? That's pretty good. What, she's like 25? I'd be like, I would have no fucking clue. Nah, she's like 13. Is this still you? Do you have a microphone? This is the show where you just run different and then you're playing video games. No. Dan Snot, get a fucking camera, get a fucking microphone, and make yourself presentable. That might be the biggest challenge, right? Getting a fucking microphone and a camera is not going to be the biggest challenge. Making yourself look presentable, which I do. I work hard at this. That's going to be your biggest challenge. And trust me, when you do it, when you start hitting those you hit the gym, you go get your hair cut, Make everything look nice. Make yourself appealing. Your life is going to change, right? And people will make you fun of you until you do that. And I do cool shit. Wait, this is a great ad for Dan's show, honestly. Well, that's what it's Monkey Business. Go watch Monkey Business on Dan Snot channel. I'm doing a free plug. I am doing a 100% free plug because I don't expect you to have the money to actually pay me. But I'm also doing you a service as a friend, as a bell donor, and giving you some advice and some plugs. Get a fucking camera. Get a goddamn fucking camera. Get a green screen. Right? Mine's a little wonky right now. Get a green screen. And get a good... This is a Shure MV7. Dan Snot says, thanks for the plug, F-slur. I'll take the money. I don't care. This is a Shure MV7. I think they're like $250. Get a mic arm. This is like $100 itself. But trust me, they're actually like super worth it. And get... that is a Logitech Brio, the camera. That's not expensive either. Get those three things. Get those three things. 4 things with the green screen. The green screen is cheap as hell. It's like $20. And then you're set. Then you're set up. Okay? And then you can fiddle with your shit. You don't even need a soundboard. With the Shure MV7, you can plug it directly into the USB. It's going to be a little crackly. All right? I had to learn this shit. I had to learn all this shit doing this show. But you can work up to the soundboard. The soundboard's going to be a little pricier, but you don't have to have one initially. But if you want to keep doing this, put yourself on fucking camera. Say something. Say something into the fucking microphone, right? You can't just do this. You can't just do this. This is garbage. Your show is trash. Your show is hot trash, and I would never watch it in my entire life. So, you should be pretty ashamed of yourself.
One of the producers for the show, why they had...
Thanks for the $5, by the way.
...invited any famous people. The simple answer was...
Wanted to hurt your feelings real bad.
...that they had, and everyone refused the invitation because...
I'll be on your show. If you can figure that out, or you can send me a Zoom link, I'll be on your show. You can have a guest spot. I'll be on your show. And then that'll be a huge, huge boost for your ratings.
We only...
Somebody actually entertaining.
Roast the ones we love, as Greg Giraldo puts it.
An OJ roast would have drawn more star power.
Martin Short and Steve Martin, in a video they send in their absence, joke that...
We wanted to be there tonight, and sadly we can't, but we're here on the set of Three Amigos 2.
And do we miss you?
And we wanted you, as you know, or maybe you didn't know, to be in the movie, but we...
Didn't have his new number.
A joke that probably would have been more palatable for Chevy if Martin and Short hadn't made multiple other movies without him.
What is that? Is that dollars? $1,200?
This is a very reasonable price for a cake at this magnitude.
In the rest of the roast, the jokes generally emphasize...
I don't get Martin Short. He's a weirdo. He's a weirdo little guy.
How people don't want to be around Chevy.
You're out of control. You're in denial. No one wants you to work anymore but you. It's selfish.
Dan Snot says, just for fun, really. I don't care. Oh, okay. Well, maybe you should stop having fun. And maybe you should care a little bit. If you cared a little bit and showed up on time as often. I don't show up every day. I don't, because I'm off enjoying my life, which I know you don't do. But if you're not enjoying your life like I do regularly, then you can show up every night. Consistency is what it is. I've been doing this for years. And look how far it's gotten me. Look around you, Dan. Feast your eyes, sir. on the glory that is the Sulk stream. You're welcome. You're welcome for all this.
You're hurting yourself, the people around you.
And Chevy's addictions, with him
Proof
being
that you could actually snort the funniness right out of yourself.
Of all the roasts, however, the most brutal comes from Stephen Colbert. Colbert briefly roleplays as Chevy.
A humorless husk of my former self, haunting the halls of Hollywood like some sort of walking, waking cautionary tale, just sucking the joy out of everything I touch.
And he ends by addressing the audience, stating that if they ever feel depressed, they can take comfort in the fact that
He's Chevy Chase, and you're not. And if that doesn't cheer you up, I don't know what will.
in previous events, the roastee at least knew that the roasters liked
Rob Reiner.
them. But in this, none of the roasters really like
Rob Reiner, didn't he get slashed to death? Didn't he get cut to pieces by his own son? That happened to Rob Reiner, right? And there he is. Meanwhile, his son's in the background fucking plotting. I don't know if he plotted. I think he's just doing a bunch of drugs. Slashed to bits by his own kid, by his own son. Him and his wife just got cut to ribbons. Just slashed him up. You know, Father's Day was just upon us. It was just it was last Sunday. And I'm a pretty good dad. You know why? Because my son has not slashed me to bits. Me and my wife. Me and Jess to bits. So, he's young. Both of them are young. But, yeah. Doing pretty good.
Chevy much. They just address the truth.
Yeah, Rob Reiner is a cunt. And legitimately, I think it was like a lot his fault. Everyone's got the crazy one in the family. I was the crazy one in my family. I didn't slash my parents to bits. All right? I didn't do that, okay? I think that was on him. I think he was kind of preoccupied with his glorious lifestyle. Rob Reiner and his Hollywood fame. And I think he was just a shit dad. To his son. Not to his daughter. I'm sure to his daughter he was a different guy. Right? Because the boomers and their daughters, boomer fathers and their daughters are a toxic relationship. They are a toxic relationship. For some reason, boomers treat their daughters like they can. And this is why a lot of millennial women are trash. Right? Because they're like, I can do whatever I want. I don't need to cook or clean. I'm going to fuck a black guy. They are like, millennial women are trash because boomers they weren't great with their daughters. Like, they were overly nice, let them get away with anything. It was like, but with their sons, it was a different story. And you know what? You got slashed to bits because of it. You got slashed to absolute bits, and you kind of fucking deserve it. Not even kind of. You absolutely deserve that. You did. You deserve that shit. You deserve that shit. Come on. You can't even. Come on. Oh my God. Come on. You absolutely deserve that shit.
Which even Chevy agrees with.
I agree with everything that's been said.
Later, Chevy admits that beneath his glasses, his eyes were tearing, thinking they really.
No, they weren't. That's a joke. Shut up. That's a fucking joke.
Really believe this stuff. But while this could.
Chevy Chase is a fucking billionaire. Or like a very large millionaire. I don't think he gives a fuck what all you fucking pedophiles in Hollywood think of him. He might not have a career anymore, but that doesn't matter to him.
Would be a chance to reflect and learn. It seems Chevy doesn't change at all.
I was never one to hold a grudge, Jeffrey. My father held grudges. I'll always hate him for that.
In 2009, he joins Community. After being blown away by creator Dan Harmon's writing, Chevy plays Pierce, an egotistical, curmudgeonly millionaire. The fan consensus is that Chevy nails basically everything as Pierce, and in the show, he's great.
Oh, no, you're not letting some slumlord take your hard-earned money. I'll fix it.
I used to do that kind of thing all the time when I was a slum.
The cast, on the other hand, has problems.
You look at what was on camera, it's super funny, it's really good. But he definitely did not want to be there those hours. And the hours were long. There was no doubt about that. And he sometimes could be in not great moods. So he would have to be kind of shot out. You know, we have to get him out for the day because he didn't want to.
70-fucking-year-old man, dude. Then.
Be there that long.
In Joel McHale's book, Thanks for the Money.
No, I'm not reading Joel McHale's book. I'm not going to read Joel McHale's book. By the way, buy my book. Sulk It Up, Buttercup? I don't know. It's a working title. Sulk, I don't know. I'm not here to be creative.
He recalls an incident where
I can't do it. I don't have a funny bone in my body. You guys have seen it.
On the show, Chevy tells her, I want to kill you. And
the credible Sulk.
Then you.
And, you know, there was an incident that happened.
What?
I don't know. Oh, well, he made some remarks that were deemed to be racist, a comment that he made. And I think that was kind
Sulk my balls.
of it.
While I won't repeat what is said in this instance, the idea of Chevy
Eat, Pray, Sulk would be a good one.
Being racist is openly discussed.
Eat, Pray, Sulk would be so gay. Then I went to India and I exposed my anus to the sun.
With Donald Glover and Dan Harmon sarcastically joking that he's
probably like the least racist guy.
To a fault. Just like, oh, let's go get some Chinese food, and he'll just walk into a Burger King.
And he's like, shut up! You try it. He was like, oh, I can't say that. Oof. I'd say it. Me and Chevy got to hang out. Me and Chevy, I'll be like, yo, Chevster. Chever leveling dong. Homeboy. Let's hang out. Let's say racist and homophobic things to each other. And he'd be like, shut up. And I'd be like, yeah, okay. You go first again, apparently. He's like, shut up, F-slur. And I'm like, yeah. Okay, we're starting. Oh, okay.
Even tell the difference. And it's just like, hey, man, these are burgers. And he's like, I didn't notice.
In another instance, Yvette Nicole Brown refuses to continue working.
Eat, Pray, Sulk should be a shirt. Well, I need somebody to design my t-shirts. Somebody design me a t-shirt, and I will fucking make it into a t-shirt.
Unless Chevy apologizes.
I don't do that. I don't design t-shirts. That's not my thing. I don't even want to run my merch. I'm trying to get people to do it. No one wants to do it. I don't want to do it. And so can I really blame? I can't. What do you want me to do?
To her for something he said. Director Jay Chandrasekhar then raises the issue to Chevy, who responds with, you know, me and Richard Pryor, I used to call Richard Pryor the N-word, and we loved each other. The tense dynamic on the show culminates in the season 3 rap party. Allegedly, Dan Harmon starts a chant of you Chevy, to quote, let the cast and crew know how much I valued their patience and professionalism. Understandably, Chevy leaves the event, but he then sends an abusive voicemail of his
design. Okay, Dan Sauce says I design t-shirts, and fucking send me a JPEG or whatever. Send me a JPEG, and then I will make it into a t-shirt. It is not difficult. Just send it to my people. Send it to Ardenshire. Send it to Jess. Post it on Twitter. I'll fucking find it.
Which Dan plays at a Harmontown show.
Just throw it out there. Well, King says, I will do your merch, but I get paid in cravats. I can't do that. I don't. What is this, like, the cravat stand? I can't do that. I don't. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'll pay you in cravats. What do you want me to say to that? What do you want me to say to that? I don't know what to say. Yes is my answer to your cravat. I will sign a check of all the cravats. I don't fucking. What's my vector? Victor.
Second of all, you're goddamn bad writing shit, sicko. Was an abomination, and your writing is getting
I like him. Why does everyone hate Chevy Chase?
My wife and daughter, you goddamn alcoholic fat shit. You're gonna live to be about 57 if you're lucky the way you eat. I got nothing to say to you except you can suck my Is that clear? Now you can play that for everybody around you who agrees with you. That you should say you.
It kind of sounds like he's getting senile.
To me and my family.
He kind of sounds like he's getting a wee bit senile. Just a little bit senile. Just a touch senile.
You think that's the right way to behave? If you were here right now, I'd kick your teeth out. You know
I doubt that.
You're not funny. You're okay.
In the following season, Pierce Hawthorne is killed off, so Chevy tries to get into SNL again. According to Lorne Michaels, at the wedding of Chevy's daughter, they were literally waiting for him to walk Sydney down the aisle, and he said, "I'm ready to host again." Michaels refuses, and Chevy later laments that it's like denying that I was the guy who made this show really go that first year. It's like taking all that away from me. To add insult to injury, during
Too bad. It's not your show. It's Lorne Michaels' show. And it sucks anyway. It sucks ass anyway. Why would you want to be on SNL? Community is way better.
SNL's 50th anniversary, Chevy isn't invited on stage.
I expected that I would have been on the stage too with all the other actors. No one asked me to. Why was I left aside?
In his later years, Chevy becomes critical of SNL. I'd have to say that after the first 2 years, it went downhill. Why am I saying that? Because I was in it, I guess. Whereas now, I'm amazed that Lorne has gone so low. I had to watch a little of it, and I just couldn't believe it. A whole generation of shitheads laughs at the worst humor in the world.
He is so right. He is so right on the money. He is absolutely correct. SNL is fucking garbage. It's just trash. It's trash humor. He's 100% right about that.
In 2026, a Chevy Chase documentary is created to figure out who was the real person behind the conflicted, guarded, and somewhat fragile man we see on camera. Ironically, but perhaps not surprisingly, director Marina Zenovich comes
Somebody catch Goofy Boots up.
Out of it saying I'd never done an interview where someone was...
We watched Dan Snott's show. It's not good. It's not worth watching. You should come back. Goofy Boots, come back. Let's watch Outer Limits again. Or Exterior Boundaries or whatever. And not watch the abomination of a show that Dan Snott has put together. Do you want to watch it? Do you want to see? Do you want to see? This is it. It's called Monkey Business. An hour and a half of this. It's horrible. It's the worst shit I've ever seen. Doesn't even say nothing. Oh, you forgot. We forgot the intro. We forgot the sharp commentary that is the intro. The biting satirical humor. That is the intro of this show. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. Technical issues.
Hello, faggot lovers.
Oh my God, it starts like that. This is fucking fire.
Everywhere. I have a message for you from Birdseye. Birdseye faggots will appeal
Yes, he's playing. That's Ancestors. Is Ancestors good? Is it worth playing?
to your whole family. They've made them with lashings of gravy, but they've gone easy on the spice because kids don't like them.
Oh, wait. There was this weird fucking clown. Wait, is that one of this weird
Breakfast
fucking
under
clown?
the big top is post-sugar rice crinkles. So crinkly, so delicious, so different. Each grain of rice in
I
sugar
don't
rice.
know. And then he just plays those back to back. And then some other things. And this chick playing the drums for a while. And then he plays Ancestors. So it's a hard game to get into. Well, then it's not good, is it? That would be considered not good.
So
right? If
rude
it's hard to, if you're like, I don't want to play this, then it's not a good game.
me. Unlike the Friars roast, some of Chevy's former colleagues, like Martin Short and Lorne Michaels, do agree to participate. However, others, like Steve Martin and Christopher Guest, decline. And from the cast of Community, every single person said no. But will any of this ever change Chevy Chase? Well, I doubt it. I've already done what I've done, he says. I can't change anything, and I'm proud to be who I am. And in 2017,
It's a money game, hence the name Monkey Business. Okay. I'm sure there was no typos in there.
at the Television Hall of Fame, he gives
I'm
this
sure there's no
speech.
typos.
Remember a sketch where John
Nope. Then the next comment that means nothing to me.
was a director, and I was in it, and Gilda was in it, and he would go, cut! And he'd come up, he'd say, Chevy, okay. Then he'd go to Gilda, he'd say, bam! He'd slap her in the face, and she'd go all the way into the wall. And he just kept doing that, and Gilda kept bouncing back, and okay, Mr. Director, bam! My God, that's...
And Pooh, what's up, man? That's and Pooh, right? Yep. Chevy may be a demon, but Sulk is a semen demon. I do produce a ghastly amount of semen.
Stuff is funny. It's
like a big gulp of semen. That's how much I produce. I'm beat afterwards. I'm like, ugh, I'm so tired. So
I can't tell you, to be up there
Hey, that's a dumb hat, Bill Murray.
on that
Why are you wearing a hat inside?
stage, doing that stuff.
Dan Stott says, Jane, you are an ignorant cunt. No misspellings there.
God, it was fun.
Jane.
I tell you, I'd do it again in a minute.
Are you drunk, Dan?
If you enjoyed this, you'll love the story of Martin Short and his roasts. Click the link in the description to try Plod Note.
Okay, I don't know. That one's done. So you want to see what Martin Short does on the? Okay, sure, okay. Yeah, John, let's do it. Yay, John, you're the best. You make the most semen. Thank you.
Martin Short is
Thank
one of
you.
the nicest.
I do make a large quantity of semen. Thank you. Yes, that is known about me.
Humans in Hollywood. And yet in comedy, there's no one as savage as him.
You look like someone freeze-dried Prince Harry.
You don't trust your talent. No, smart.
From asking a Jewish World War II veteran this question,
What's your big beef with the Nazis? What's my big beef?
to roasting
The old Jewish guy?
Jimmy Fallon.
To me, your comedy is like crypto. I don't understand it, but I admire it.
Short built his career by thoughtfully provoking the sensitivities of celebrities, often teasing their inflated egos.
What is so intriguing about your career? Because I've seen the real and I don't know if I get it.
It's just there's a lot of levels happening here.
There's a lot of levels.
Yeah.
Could you name one?
These are the many victims of Martin Short.
All right.
This may take a second.
King of All Pixels says, check your X and eat, pray, sulk, markup. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, King of All Pixels. Let's see. Hold on. What do you think? Why did you pick a little Asian boy? Why did you pick a little Asian boy to be the model? That's my first criticism. My second criticism is it's too gay. It's too gay. I think it's a little too gay. It's not. It's a little too gay. Anybody else want to hop on the bandwagon here? It's not Frozen. That is not Frozen. That's a different kind of Asian. I think that's like Thai. It's a Thai. The Thai boy. I don't know. King of All Pixels says too gay. Got it. Not gay enough, I think, says Freeside. Goofy But says change the font. King of All, I was going for a movie riff. This is not MRP. This is not. This is not, you know.
Comedians often
Are we back?
try and compete with Glick.
The wonderful Jerry Seinfeld.
Opens his interview by cutting off Marty's opportunity
Are we
to
back?
roast him, instead launching into one of his own.
I just want to say I'm a huge fan of yours. I've watched your show for years, even though it's been kind of hard to find sometimes. You've been such a great supporter of all of us in show business.
Well, you know,
of course, are not. And yet it doesn't diminish your great joy for being around, for being kind of a barnacle on the hull of show business, and yet you still, there's no bitterness about you. That's what I like.
When the roles are reversed, however, and Glick unleashes, Jerry appears kind of uncomfortable now that he's the brunt of the joke.
And one night we got together and watched your special. You kept like, why do people? I can't remember anything else, but it was the phrasing was very unique. And
Right.
Some people would say, boy, he seems so kind of bland, and there's a nothingness there. But I don't feel that. I feel that there's a wisdom to you.
In Marty's autobiography, I Must Say, My Life as a Humble Comedy Legend, he writes that the freeing thing about his Glick character is the ability to say the worst things and have no fingerprints on it. And of all 60 interviews Glick does, there are only 2 where it appears his guests take it personally.
This is the craziest f***ing interview I've ever done in my life. Okay, wonderful.
This is legendary comedy producer Mel Brooks. He's Jewish, served the US during World War II, lost family members to the Holocaust, and just had this exchange with Marty.
Show business. Is it still not ready to accept someone who is Jewish? Only Jews are in show business. I don't know of one Gentile that's ever succeeded in show business. What's your big beef with the Nazis? What's my big beef? You're always knocking the Nazis. Oh, it's time for Mel Brooks to knock the Nazis, it seems.
Mel Brooks leaves the interview graciously. However, Edie Falco from The Sopranos isn't as accustomed to Glick's format, and is taken aback when he's more aggressive than usual.
It's like when I just heard the Tysons split up. That seems sad, too.
Tyson split up with who?
Shh. I got more questions.
Sorry.
If you keep interrupting me when I have more questions, how could I possibly double task?
I'm sorry.
You expect too much from me, girl. I don't mean to get heavy, but that's wrong.
After the interview, Edie told Short she was really thrown because being shushed was her Achilles heel as a kid. So Short made amends with her. However, in his own childhood, being roasted was a simple fact of life.
You're kind of old fat kid, though.
Was very sarcastic. And when I started doing Jiminy Glick, I realized that I was also channeling his thing. And everyone was funny in my family. I was the youngest, so it was almost like trickle-down funny.
And when you're met with fire early, Marty writes, you develop a certain Teflon quality.
Everyone is mean to each other and insult each other. And of course, if you weren't the brunt of it, you found it hilarious.
But that's love.
Yeah, I know.
As a kid, Marty performs shows for his family.
I had a full fantasy. And I would sing an opening, and then I'd click and I'd hit applause.
However, at age 12, reality shows up.
I was 12 and he was 26. And he was in a car accident and it devastated our family. Devastated our family.
In 1962, Marty loses his oldest brother, David, to a car crash. 6 years later, on Valentine's Day, he loses his mother to cancer. And 2 years after that, on his brother's wedding day, he loses his father to a stroke. I was 20 years old and parentless, Marty writes. So he quits performing.
And then I went into pre-meds for 2 years and realized this is a mistake. So I switched to social work and then had more time to do theater in university and left an act. And I thought, I will give myself 1 year. And if I don't make a living in 1 year, then I will go back to school and accept it.
Marty's first jobs are commercials. However, he's also cast in a Toronto play and meets a woman who'll change his life.
I remember the first night we made love. We checked into the Four Seasons Hotel in Toronto. I was 24 and I looked about 16. and Nancy was 22. I said, my wife and I would like a room, please. And the guy behind the desk burst out laughing. He just burst out laughing.
In 1980, Marty and Nancy Dolman marry, and it's also around this time that Marty breaks out with his character comedy.
Thank you for being so decent, I must say.
Through this character, Ed Grimley, Marty gets cast for SCTV, a popular Canadian sketch show that previously produced the likes of John Candy and Eugene Levy.
I'm having some degree of difficulty getting through high school.
Writing for SCTV, Short creates characters like Irving Cohen.
What the hell are you doing with that thing? Get away, Edie!
And Jackie Rogers Jr.
May we proceed, Mark?
These characters get him headhunted by SNL, which hires Marty on a one-year contract to help revive its falling ratings.
You don't think I know that? It's so funny that you don't think I know that. Why wouldn't you think I know that?
On SNL, Marty introduces Nathan Thurm, a lying, chain-smoking lawyer inspired by Richard Nixon.
I would always put glycerin on the top of my lip, which reminded me of Richard Nixon, because to me there was nothing funnier than when Nixon looked into the camera of America and said, I don't know where those 18 minutes went.
People have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook.
You knew he was lying. He knew we knew he was lying. But no, it's not mentioned. That, I think, is funny.
I'm not denying everything. You're the one who's denying everything.
All right, I'm just like looking.
Marty's
It's
career
interesting now.
explodes.
I'm just watching this now. I totally lost it because I was watching.
He books movies like Inner Space, Clifford, and Father of the Bride.
I remember Inner Space. This one was watchable and this one was watchable, but Clifford was not watchable.
Oh, bring the wrong cooler thread. I said you'd be wearing a block tuxedo.
And then later, voice roles like the Cat in the Hat.
I know for a fact, and I promise it's true, there really is nothing that you two can't do.
I love
Oh,
animation
it's
because you
fantastic.
can do it in your underwear, as opposed to this show where I never wear underwear.
However, at the peak of Marty's mainstream career, his world once again is upended.
She had ovarian cancer. I mean, it was a 3-year illness but she was ill for 6 months.
On the 21st of August 2010, Marty loses his wife, Nancy. And yet, Marty writes, my natural tendency, no matter what difficult period I'm going through or have been through, is to be happy.
Any kind of loss or tragedy that happens in your life, one either becomes defeated and scarred and branded for life by it, or empowered. At 20, I knew something about loss that no one I knew at 20 knew about. As an artist, it makes you liberated. There's a yin for a yang, and the positive element of that tragedy was to be liberated.
When Marty returns to comedy, he enters a new era doing what he does best.
Great audio with
Roasting
zero
the
issues.
hell
Thank
out
you.
of
I
people.
appreciate
Let
that.
me just say, there
At
is
least
no
it's
one
that.
better than you at milking
At
a
least it's
living
that.
off a dying medium. To me, your comedy is like crypto. I don't understand it, but I admire it. Oh my God, your skin is so youthful. I was looking backstage, I thought, is that one of the Winklevoss?
I know, like this is like sad. This is sad. I don't know, like he went through all that. That's sucks.
And the word jaundice barely comes to mind anymore, right?
On talk shows, Marty is arguably one of the most entertaining guests ever. And you just know when he pulls that "you look great" line that the roast is on.
No, but you look, really, you have the sex appeal of a middle-aged Rudy Giuliani. Because the last time I was here, you were disheveled. You smiled and a hunk of makeup fell off. It was shocking.
Though the list of roasted show hosts is long,
Have you had your skin resurfaced?
no one receives it more than Conan.
Because listen, there's a lot of pressure to stay looking good, as you know. How does it feel to have buckled? I just did. No, you look more Irish, by the way, than every time I see you. You look like the film negative of Django Unchained. That's a, Mike Pence looked like a character in Black Panther.
After being roasted by Marty across 26 different interviews, Conan has since developed a genuine friendship with him.
You know, we are really, truly great friends.
And it's the same with Steve Martin, who turns roasts with Marty into a kind of collaborative art form.
I gotta be honest, I never got Marty's humor. Because, I'm a reader.
Steve is endlessly creative. He's always writing. He never gets any writer's block as much as we pray for it. He doesn't.
And did you know that Marty's movie, Santa Claus 3, has been streamed, downloaded over 100 million times.
I did not know that.
Because the CIA uses it for torture.
You know, Steve, of all the people that I have a fake show business relationship
They
with,
look like they have a
I feel
good
fake
relationship.
closest to you.
Oh, buddy.
They look like they have a good relationship. That's heartwarming. My heart is warmed.
For Marty, love and roasting often go hand in hand, and he is living proof that pain, no matter how tragic, is best survived with humor.
Because it is so absurd that these perfect lives will end one day, and that tragedy exists.
He's just a
There is
crazy,
reason
crazy
that the
guy.
two masks are comedy and tragedy. And I think comedy has saved my life endlessly. Endlessly.
If you liked this, you'll love Martin's short segment in my video on
Okay, gang. All right. I think we're done for this evening. Where's my other thing? Oh, I gotta reset. My shit crashed. Sorry. Is it this one? Sure. This one. Yeah, well. Thanks for coming. I hope you guys have a good night, and thanks for watching the Sulk stream. I appreciate you guys more than you possibly understand or ever will appreciate. I hope you guys have a fantastic... Everything's fucking crashing. Everything's fucking crashing. I don't get what's going on. Come on. Work with me! Give me a second. I'm gonna just do some stuff. It's not working with me. It doesn't want to work with me. Clearly it hates me and everything I do for it. Even though I only care about it. Anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. Stay strong, be good cult members, and okay, goodbye. Goodbye, I guess. Goodbye. I love you guys. Good night.
I'm an incredible soul, unhinged and enraged like a bulldog's fierce growl. I'm spitting fire, burning through these trees, questioning the world, unraveling conspiracies. Talking about Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster 2, government lies they're feeding me their goo. I'm diving deep into this rabbit hole, uncovering the truth, setting fire to their control. I got small nipples, but my voice is loud, roaring like thunder in this crazy crowd. They say I'm crazy, but I call it woke. Unraveling the madness with every word I spoke.